You're out for a ride, maybe getting in some exercise, saving gas on your commute, or just enjoying Florida sunshine. And then, bam, out of nowhere, a car doesn't see you, and suddenly your world flips. You're on the ground, your bike's twisted, and adrenaline's pumping. If this happens to you or to someone you love, it's not just scary, it's confusing. Who pays your medical bills? And does car insurance even apply if you weren't driving? Hi, I'm attorney Jim Curtis. I'm a personal injury lawyer based in Apollo Beach, Florida, and I help accident victims throughout the Tampa Bay region and across the state of Florida. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to do if you were hit by a car while riding your bike in Florida, what insurance will cover you, how to protect your rights, and how to make sure you don't get stuck paying for someone else's mistake. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about why this issue is more important than ever. Bicycling has exploded in popularity across the state of Florida. People are riding more to stay fit, avoid high gas prices, and even cut their commute time. But here's the dark side. Florida is consistently ranked among the top states in the country for bicycle-related crashes and fatalities. According to recent state data, thousands of bicyclists are injured every single year, and hundreds lose their lives. And in most of these cases, it's not the bicyclist's fault. Drivers are distracted, they're texting, they're rushing through intersections, and cyclists are the ones who pay the price. The first thing you need to do after any bicycle accident is to get medical care right away, even if you don't feel hurt. Florida law requires you to seek treatment within 14 days of the crash to qualify for personal injury protection benefits, otherwise known as PIP. Now here's where most people get confused. Florida's PIP coverage doesn't just protect you when you're driving. It protects you as a pedestrian or a bicyclist too. If you own a car and carry PIP insurance, that coverage follows you wherever you go. So even if you're hit while riding your bike, your own PIP insurance pays up to $10,000 in medical expenses and lost wages, regardless who was at fault. But what if you don't own a car? In that case, PIP coverage can still apply, but it'll come from the at-fault driver's policy. Their insurer becomes the source of your no-fault benefits. And if neither you nor the driver have PIP, there may still be coverage through a household family member who owns the vehicle. It's a little complicated, but the main takeaway is this. Florida PIP can be a lifeline after a crash. It helps pay for your initial treatment and keeps your medical bills from piling up. But remember, PIP only covers 80% of medical bills and 60% of lost wages, so you'll still need to look beyond that for full recovery. And just like in any accident, take photos of everything, the car, your bike, your injuries, and the scene. If you're too injured, ask someone nearby to help document it for you. Now, once you've gotten medical help and used your PIP coverage, the next step is figuring out who's responsible. In most bike car accidents, the driver is at fault. They might have been speeding, looking at their phone, or just not paying attention. If that's the case, you may have a claim against their bodily injury coverage, which can compensate you for medical expenses, lost income, and pain and suffering. But here's a big one. If the driver doesn't have enough insurance or doesn't have any insurance at all, your own uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage can step in to make up the difference. It's the safety net that protects you when others can't pay. Now let's talk about the damages that you can recover. If you've been injured in a bicycle accident, you can pursue compensation for both economic and non-economic damages. Economic damages include your medical bills, past and future, lost wages, and loss of earning capacity. Non-economic damages cover the human side of your injury: pain, suffering, emotional distress, and loss of enjoyment of life. And even if you were partly at fault, say you weren't in a bike lane or maybe you weren't wearing your helmet, you can still recover damages in Florida. They'll just be reduced by your share of fault. As long as you weren't more than 50% at fault for causing the accident, you can still recover. So if you're hit while riding your bike, don't assume it's simple, because it's not. Between PIP rules, liability coverage, and claims, there's a lot that can go wrong if you don't know your rights. If you have questions or need help sorting out your coverage, give me a call, or you can visit my website at calljimthelawyer.com. I can help you understand exactly what benefits apply, what damages you can recover, and how to make sure the insurance companies treat you fairly. Now that you know where you can turn to recover after a bike accident in Florida, be sure to check out this next video to learn 5 simple things that you can do to increase your personal injury settlement. See you there.